Hey yo, what's up guys? This is a fun little angle. I've never filmed like this before, but let's see how this turns out. My name is Nico and I upload a video to YouTube every single day because I want to get better at speaking and I want to eventually build a following. I have no expectations to get any views or followers. I have expectations that after uploading every day, I will be able to speak better and be more persuasive. Today, I just want to make a simple video. It's going to be about my journey as an entrepreneur and as a young man and in the 2000s and what I would do differently, because why would you care about what I have to say unless you benefit? Now, why should you listen to me? To be honest, I didn't have a really good reason that most people cared about until last month, December, where my coffee catering business, sorry, I'm looking at here, I should probably just look at myself, where my coffee catering business for events in Miami did 35K in revenue. So it's a pretty decent number. And we're looking to do all right this year as well. So, who am I? How did I get here? When someone asks me, who are you? I kind of get philosophical. I start to think, who am I? Am I flesh and bones? Am I a soul? Does the self exist? Do I exist? But let's not do that too much. I like to start my journey when I started consuming content, because at least when I started consuming the content that I believe helped me get to where I am. And it wasn't all good, healthy content, I might add. But yeah, it's 2020. I feel like the majority of people in Western country stories really comes from the content that they consume. Most people are probably going to be average. Oh my gosh, I feel so narcissistic from saying that, but I'm just going to speak my mind. Most people are going to be average. Maybe I'm average and I'm just too ahead of myself. And they're probably going to watch meme content. Now I feel even more narcissistic because I feel like I'm better because I'm about to tell you to watch self-improvement content. Well, that's not it. Okay. I started getting into healthy self-improvement, self-development, business, philosophy content when I wanted to get girls. I was insecure, I was very shy, had no friends, I wasn't good looking whatsoever. Then I started watching videos. I probably looked stuff online, how to get a girl to like me, how to look better, stuff like that. Little by little, I got recommended self-development content, I got red pill content. I started feeling more confident, I made more friends, but I still wasn't attractive enough to girls. Probably until like my senior year of high school, where I actually liked this one girl. I thought she liked me back. I'm speaking kind of low because I feel like people outside can hear me, and this is a little embarrassing. She didn't really like me back, and I thought she would. And I still believe that I could have done better, but I've completely let it go. Or maybe she would have never liked me. Who knows? Bye bye. I really don't care anymore. And I think at this point, it was 2021, I started getting black pilled into looks maxing. I was pretty early. It's become pretty popular over the last year or two. I was dooming, and when I spoke to my friends about it, I was such a weirdo. Looks maxing was not a thing. You know, people still clown on looks maxing and the black pill and saying looks matter, but it's slightly more accepted and not that weird right now. And well, because I consumed all that content, you know, you guys know Hamza, this guy who was telling us to dopamine detox, to stop using our phones, to go on NoFap, to go to the gym. I did all those things little by little. But I feel like at that point, I wasn't too ambitious with my life. I just wanted girls. And I thought, I don't really care about making money. I think I just want to have a nice, normal house, two-story house with a golden retriever and a nice girl that likes me. Even that probably costs a lot of money these days. But little by little, I just started living my life. I went to college, then I dropped out. And I actually met my wife on online dating, and I'm married now. I'm 21 years old. And around this time, I realized that I need to do something with my life for money. If not, I'm not gonna live with my parents forever. I'm not gonna be in college being funded by my parents forever. I wasn't that privileged, by the way. I did get a few, I had scholarships to pay for my college, but my parents were paying me. I'll just be straight up, like my rent, they paid like $1,000 a month when I was in college, and they stopped because I moved back home. Why? Because I miss them so much, because they're older and I miss them. That's a story for another day. But I realized when I was in college, I needed to make money, so I bought my first ever online community. It was Hamza's self-improvement thing, Hamza's Adonis school. I didn't really make any money, but I made decent friends and connections. But in this community, I met someone who was doing door-to-door sales in Orlando, where my college was, UCF. I did that. I sold nothing for 3 months. I could make excuses and say I wasn't consistent, but I could have worked harder. I feel like if I go to door-to-door sales now, I'd kill it. I'd freaking crush it. I'd freaking crush it. I didn't do anything. I didn't make any sales, but I started getting out of my comfort zone even more than I already was. That was the period of time where I think I was the most social I've ever been. Then I moved back in with my parents. My social skills went down. And then a couple months later, I did door-to-door sales again. I got some sales. This time I was doing Impact Hurricane windows. And whatever, I thought I was gonna make more money. I thought I was gonna get good at sales. Eventually, my older brother, he's a good entrepreneur. He had this business in Ecuador, but now he got his green card to move to the US. He wanted to bring his businesses over, and that's when I started this coffee catering thing. I was actually at a really low point in my life for some things that happened, a mix of a lot of things. I kind of hated everyone, and this thing kind of helped me get back on my feet, and my life has just gone uphill since then. So I started working on this business. I was doing cold emails, cold calls, and I wasn't really getting any results. And I did that. I went to the Netherlands for 3 months, which is where my girlfriend now lives. My wife lives. I started making some content. Didn't do well. I made content every day. Hold on, see? Boy, I made content every day. I gotta go. So I'm gonna end this quick. Then eventually I honestly did the boring work. I was programmed by the content I consumed. I think that's the reason I am where I am, and I probably have some lucky genetics that made this happen. I'm not gonna say I'm really better than everyone. I think you gotta be lucky with the content that you consume. You have to consume high quality content. You probably have to start with low quality content, then normal self-development, then you're gonna give up and fail and feel miserable, and you might get lucky and have a really painful moment in your life that makes you change. It's probably how most people go, but most people say, oh, one day all of a sudden I just woke up and got super disciplined. It usually never is like that. If you are, it's a unicorn. Kind of don't believe in free will these days, but you can do it. What I want to do with these videos is to program your mind so you can maybe get some type of success. And I want to be a friend. I want to connect with you. Well, eventually I kept working with my coffee catering business. I learned Google SEO. I'm not an expert in Google SEO, search engine optimization at all, but I learned more. I did the boring work. I never gave up. I learned a bunch of lessons over the way, along the journey, and I made a 35K month last month. I gotta go. It's my last night here in England. I'm going to Netherlands tomorrow. Bye. God bless you. If you believe in love, then you already believe in God, because God is love. But who am I to know? I'm just a human. Bye.